Let's start with a question that should make you uncomfortable in 2025. If you wake up tomorrow and your website won't load, your app has vanished, your emails bounce, and your payments stop, who erased you from the internet? A hacker? A government? In many cases, neither. The truth is quieter and more unsettling. The modern internet can erase you legally and invisibly, through ordinary systems doing exactly what they were designed to do. No warnings, no headlines, just silence. The internet isn't the open space we imagine. It's a layered machine. And when enough layers stop cooperating, you don't get deleted. You simply become unreachable. The internet is not owned, it's rented. Most people assume that if they create a website, publish content, or launch an app, they own their place on the internet. Technically, you own your files. Practically, you rent almost everything that makes those files visible. Your domain name is rented from a registrar. Your site relies on DNS providers to translate names into addresses. Your servers are often hosted on cloud infrastructure owned by someone else. Your traffic flows through networks you don't control. Your app exists inside app stores governed by policy. Your income moves through payment processors with compliance rules. The internet isn't a single system, it's a dependency stack. And every dependency is a potential switch. The first and quietest eraser. Your domain name is your digital address. If it stops working, your site might still exist somewhere, but for most users, it's gone. In recent years, domain governance has tightened. Updated ICANN compliance rules and DNS abuse obligations that came into effect in 2024 expanded the responsibilities of registrars and registries. These entities now play a more active role in responding to abuse reports and enforcement actions. This doesn't mean domains are randomly taken away. It means there are formal, structured processes that can place domains on hold, suspend resolution, or disable access under certain conditions. When that happens, your site doesn't announce its disappearance. Browsers just stop finding it. To users, it feels like you never existed. DNS, when the internet forgets your name. Even if your domain is still registered, it relies on DNS to work. DNS is the system that translates human-friendly names into machine-readable addresses. When DNS fails, your site can be perfectly healthy and still unreachable. DNS failures don't need bad actors. Configuration mistakes, software bugs, and provider outages have repeatedly caused large-scale disruptions, including incidents affecting major platforms. These failures are often short-lived, but during them, entire businesses effectively vanish from the internet. The cruel irony is that nothing is wrong with your website in these moments. The phone book just stops answering. Routing. When the internet loses the road to you. Behind the scenes, the internet relies on a routing system called BGP to decide how data travels between networks. BGP mostly works on trust. Networks announce which routes they can handle, and others believe them. When that trust breaks, traffic can be misdirected or dropped entirely. Route leaks and hijacks have caused real-world incidents where services were unreachable in certain regions while appearing fine elsewhere. What makes this dangerous is how invisible it is. Your servers may be online, your DNS may resolve, but the internet itself may take the wrong path to reach you. From the outside, it looks like you're gone. From the inside, everything looks normal. Cloud infrastructure. A massive share of today's internet runs on cloud infrastructure. By 2025, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google together controlled roughly 63% of global cloud infrastructure spending. That level of concentration is not theoretical, it's measurable. International organizations like the OECD now openly describe cloud infrastructure as critical infrastructure. That means cloud outages are no longer tech problems. They are economic and social events. When a major cloud provider has an outage, thousands of unrelated services can disappear at once. Websites fail, APIs break, apps stop syncing, payments delay. Users don't blame the cloud. They blame you. You don't need to be kicked off a platform to vanish. You just need your provider to blink. CDNs and security layers. Many websites sit behind content delivery networks and security services that handle traffic filtering, encryption, caching, and attack mitigation. These systems are essential for performance and protection. They are also a single point of failure. When a CDN misconfigures, updates incorrectly, or experiences internal failure, sites behind it can become unreachable, even if their servers are fine. Public incident reports from major providers show how small internal issues can cascade into global disruptions. Your website may still exist, but the bouncer won't let anyone in. When you're removed from the shelves. If you run a mobile app, you don't actually distribute it yourself. Apple and Google do that for you. Your product lives inside their stores, under their rules, reviewed by automated systems and policy teams that change guidelines quietly and often. Apps can be delisted for non-compliance, policy violations, or unresolved disputes, sometimes without malicious intent, and sometimes without immediate clarity. Appeals usually exist, but they move slowly. And during that waiting period, your app doesn't fade away gradually. It vanishes instantly. It disappears from search results, rankings, and recommendations. For most users, that's the end of the story. They won't look for explanations. They won't assume a mistake. They'll assume the app is dead. And from the market's perspective, it is. Payments, the moment money stops flowing. You can survive bugs. You can survive downtime. You can even survive public criticism. What you cannot survive for long is the sudden loss of payments. Modern payment systems are deeply wired into automated risk scoring, fraud detection, identity verification, and regulatory compliance. These systems operate at massive scale, which means many decisions are made automatically, not by humans. When a payment processor freezes funds or suspends an account, the business often remains technically online but financially paralyzed. Salaries pause, hosting bills go unpaid, vendors stop responding, features quietly break. This is one of the most efficient forms of erasure because there's no announcement, no warning banner, no press release. The engine simply runs out of fuel. Identity and email. Nearly every digital system assumes one thing will always work: identity. Account recovery, administrative control, and verification depend heavily on email and identity providers. Lose access to your email domain or identity system, and control over everything else can collapse almost instantly. This isn't a hack. It's not a breach. It's an administrative failure. Password resets never arrive. Verification links expire unread. Support requests can't be authenticated. From the system's point of view, legitimacy doesn't matter. The system doesn't care who you are. It only cares whether the chain is intact. Once the chain breaks, access quietly disappears. The invisible judge. The most unsettling layer is the one you never see. Automated trust systems quietly decide who is risky, who is suspicious, and who deserves scrutiny. Spam filters, fraud engines, abuse classifiers, and content moderation systems don't deal in certainty. They deal in probability. They are fast, scalable, and necessarily imperfect. When they flag you incorrectly, there is often no clear explanation, no single rule to point to, no obvious appeal path, just a silent status change that alters how the internet treats you. One day, you're normal. The next day, you're labeled high risk, and everything downstream reacts accordingly. Why erasure is easier than ever. The defining trend of the modern internet is concentration. Fewer companies now control more critical layers of infrastructure, distribution, identity, and money flow. This concentration brings speed, efficiency, and global scale. It also means fewer switches now control more lives. Erasure today doesn't look like censorship or suppression. It looks like dependency failure. And the more centralized the system becomes, the easier it is for disappearance to happen without anyone intending it, noticing it, or even acknowledging it. Happened. And here's the part that should stay with you after this video ends. The internet doesn't need to attack you to make you disappear. It just needs to stop recognizing you. A broken link in the chain, a silent policy decision, an automated flag, and suddenly you're still there. but no one can reach you. That's how modern erasure works. Quiet, efficient, invisible. If this made you see the internet differently, like and subscribe, because we break down the hidden systems running the world, one quiet switch at a time.